Hello, everyone, and welcome to the crossover FTB Sports. And this is Manchester United versus Liverpool. It's Kop Talk versus the Man United agenda. And guys, welcome. How are we all feeling today? So let's make some introduction. And Gemma, you can introduce your soldiers. I'll introduce my soldiers because this is war. This is rivalry. This is bitterness. So let's get in.
After you.
So, as always, with the big punch, all the way from London, representing Man United on Monday.
Hi, everyone.
Mr. in the building, as always, representing the Man United agenda. He don't take nothing from nobody. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you. And I'm Solo7, and I'm ready for the packing a punch today, guys. Gemma, Kop talk to us. Tell us about your team today. Because I'm coming for Nicholas. I'm watching Nicholas.
Kop Talk. We've got our regular old school Stoney in the building, and we've got our other resident panelist, Nicholas, in the building. We don't need to say nothing more than that. We just chat. Let's go.
Oh, guys, I was doing some research today, and let me ask you a question. Does anyone know when this rivalry started off at all? Man United, not even football, but there's a arch rivalry between Manchester and Liverpool, and then you have Everton and Man City as well. Also got the same thing in common, and that's to do with what?
Is it a trade?
It started off from 1894.
Yes.
It's to do with Amanda's right, spot on.
To do a trade.
The rivalry goes back all the way to there.
You don't have to call me a
Yeah, and then it comes into the whole football journey now, and we are rivalry, and I'm coming to get you because we're gonna smash you guys up.
But there's one main reason why we are the biggest rivalry, and it's nothing to do with anything like that. It's because we all know why this is the biggest game of every Premier League, because we are the two most successful clubs in the Premier League, and that is why. You know, Man City can come along, Chelsea can come along, all these other clubs can come along, start winning things. Not one of them has still reached our levels. And,
Man City still can't win a Champions League.
Well, there we go.
Just quickly to add to that, I think it all started with Manchester United. Why are we so loved as a club worldwide? It's what happened in '58 with that nasty disaster, the plane crash, and then coming back from that and building a great side under Bugsby, winning the FA Cup in '63, and then going on to win the first European Cup for English sides. The European side, we're the ones who established the European Cup. You might have more than us, but we're the one who set the way and said, this is the standard. You know, so fair play to you guys. You've gone on in the 70s, had a nice little area where you won quite a few. And since then, it's been a special cup for you. But then it came down to, and by this point, you also had many leagues as well with this era. And it's like, oh my gosh, who's ever going to catch Liverpool? But we did. We passed you. So this is what makes the rivalry so good. And going into this season, we're both on 20 or 19, 20. How is it? I don't know, but we are.
20 and they're 19.
We are the top two British teams. I'm saying British teams.
I know we won in 1920. That's what I know.
Mr. So guys, let's kickstart the show. Obviously, biggest game in world football, in my opinion, anyway, and in Britain. We're going to go back and forth, Guy, and all I want to know is, for your point of view, and we're not going to go back history. I don't want to talk about the history. I want to talk about the present here now. Liverpool at the moment on a fantastic run of form. Mo Salah, everyone's talking about him being the best player probably in the world at the moment, world football. Guys, take it away. You Liverpool guys, take it away. We'll come in after you. We'll talk to you about it, and we'll talk about this whole rivalry and everything. So we'll give you guys the pedestal to start off with.
I just want to ask. I'm going to ask Mr. B. Who do you think in your team? Okay, there's not many. Should we throw apart our so far thing? Let's throw this up quickly because I think this is relevant. Let's get into it.
Stitch up.
Huh?
This is Stitch Up. Sounds like Stitch Up to me.
No. I showed you this before and you said you liked it. So shush now.
We don't like it now.
Listen, this is the game so far. Okay. We can both see where we've dropped points. So Errol, you're bringing up Salah. You can see where we've dropped points. Chelsea, Brentford, Man City. Obviously, the Chelsea game was a bit different. It was a red card, halftime. So I'll say to Mr. B, how are you going to get us to drop points enough for a loss? How are you going to stop Salah? Or where do you think you're going to need to close us down?
Can I interrupt
And
a second?
who? How?
Can I ask, interrupt you quickly? I want to do something.
Right. Come on, then.
I'm pretending I'm Luke Shaw. Salah, come out my pocket.
Mate,
Come out my
you
pocket.
can,
Salah,
Luke
you're
Shaw's
in my
dropped
pocket.
levels
Come out
fast
of
and
it.
elevator this season. What's he doing?
oh, dearie me.
Come on, Mr. B. Let her know. Let her know.
I'll be more specific then. Who's going to stop Salah? Who is going to stop Salah? Do you think
If he plays on Luke Shaw's side, Luke Shaw will stop Salah. So
really?
it's not a
if
problem.
he plays
It's
on
not an
Luke
issue.
Shaw's side, so does
Well,
Luke Shaw have different sides?
No,
Or will
what I'm
has to
saying
be
is
on a
Klopp
different side.
it's Klopp that might try a Banduli and maybe play him centrally. Is
No,
more
you know
what
he
I'm
never
thinking. No, he may well do. He may well do. The thing is, everybody knows what Salah's got.
Mm-hmm.
Salah will probably score in a game, but then you have to think about how you stop our bullets. So that's more what it's not going to be a 0-0.
Solo asked about Salah. I'm asking you about Salah. We're not talking about your bullets.
I don't give a toss about Salah.
All
I'll
right,
be honest.
cool.
I don't care about Salah.
Cool.
Salah,
Stoney.
he at the moment, Salah is on good form, but
Good form.
yeah, good form,
Great
good
form.
form. What?
Great.
Great, as in Liverpool, great form.
Stoney, tell your
I'm a
brother.
United fan. It's
Stoney, take the Salah train away. And
I
then
think,
we'll
I think, I think the good thing is by Mr. B speaking like that, you can hear the nervousness. Up until today, I had no idea that you had a stutter. So it's a clear indication that you have reservations about Sunday, which is a plus point. So thank you very much for that, sir. Okay.
Mr. B,
all of that bravado went
B.
straight out of the window. All right.
Look, Salah's
Just putting it out there.
Salah is a good player, but my argument still stands. Salah's probably going to score, and it's going to be no surprise that Salah scores. Will he be involved, have some goal involvement? Of course he will. That's the level that he's playing at the moment. But I'm not worried about our defence because our defence has been playing shit. The defence isn't going to keep us in the game. I'm on the end this one. Yeah, thank you. This is my point. There's no point in us thinking that we're going to have to shut up shop and try and stop Salah. No. Salah's going to score. Let's not get it twisted. Salah's going to score. He's my captain in my fantasy league. So I expect him to score. But I'm more thinking about how you stop us. And that's the part of that. I don't care about Salah's going to score. That's great. But it's not going to be a defensive game. So I'm not worried about Luke Shaw or, oh, Jesus, Maguire. Oh, Lord, Jesus, Lindelof. Trying to deal with Salah. You know, so now I'm more than confident of us holding our own in the game, regardless of whether you have Salah playing left, right, or centre.
In that respect, then,
Nicholas,
what's the score? What is your predicted score like?
Oh, we'll do that at the
2-2.
end. We'll do that at the end of the show. We'll do that at the end. Yeah, but Nick, go on, take it away, because obviously, for what I'm hearing from, obviously, I did talk about style a little bit, but for me, and I've got to agree with like what Mr. B said, and Mr. B said, yes, Salah's on great form. You give the respect, you got to give him that plaudit, but I'm not giving him nothing because, to be honest with you, I believe and I honestly think we've got Ronaldo, we've got Greenwood, yeah, we've got Sancho. A lot of people are sitting there right now saying, "Oh, Sancho ain't really doing well," but you got to talk about Salah. Talk about a man who's basically literally score against you in every game that no one take notice of, and that's Marcus Rashford. He hurts Liverpool every game.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Take it away, Nicholas.
When it comes to our boy Matip now, covering him with Trent, I can't see Rashford having that much of, let's just say, 3 to 4 shots on target.
But Rashford always destroys Trent Alexander.
Well, that was in the past. We've
What,
learned
last season?
last season and the season before, most definitely. But I'm
But
definitely
you want to talk left?
now.
Did you want to, Errol, bring up your little stat sheet then? Errol, bring
What
up
about
your
that?
little
We don't want to
stat
use
sheet.
that yet. We got a good flow.
Really? Okay, all right.
We got a good flow.
Talking then, all right.
Stoney, you know what? Yeah.
How we're going
I think what's going to be quite interesting. I know later in the show we're obviously going to come to that, but I think it's going to be quite interesting to see what team Ollie actually feels. Because I think at the moment, offensively, you guys have got quite a lot of offensive players. So if you're looking at the top end, you're looking at whether it's going to be Ronaldo, whether it's going to be Cavani, whether Lingard's going to play, whether Jesse's going to play, whether Rashford's going to play, whether Martial's going to be involved, or whether Greenwood's going to be involved. So I think it's going to all be dependent upon how you guys actually set up. And that will obviously determine, as you said, you guys' performance. I'm confident we're getting a victory anyway, regardless. But it's going to be interesting to see who you guys field offensively. I think that's going to be quite interesting.
Thanks, Tony. Gemma, just go around the room and sort of get involved with it, really. You have your say, really, on the performance and sort of what... Let's go. You guys normally have a normal lineup. So, Gemma, talk to us about sort of where you think Liverpool can hurt Man United more so, because I know exactly how I believe we could hurt you.
So I think your biggest weakness that we can exploit, for me, I'll go to Nick and Stoney after, would be Wan-Bissaka. How he likes to go in and go down. I think that could be used against you. He's already had a red card this season. Obviously, everybody knows our attacks come from down the wing. So that's going to be where we're going to be hitting. I'll pass it to Nicholas.
I think we'd have to alternate between left and right, depending on the flow.
Turn your mic up a bit, Nick.
Are we low? Too low.
Yeah.
Like that.
There we go.
I definitely have to say we need to alternate between left and right when it comes to what we do and how we set our game plan. Depending on the flow of the game, who's doing what and at what time, Ideally, I'd like us to score early. But when it comes to linking our fullbacks with whoever's in midfield, that I feel is an area that we're going to see the most sparks. Because depending on who you guys set up and have in your middle, it shouldn't be too hard to overcome you guys. But we'll see.
Stoney?
Listen, I personally think that we can choose any way we want to, because I think you guys' normal formation is probably the 4-2-3-1, yeah? So I think and me saying this, I am not questioning this person's ability at all right? I'm not. But if you guys play the 4-2-3-1 that you usually play and Ronaldo's at the tip, Ronaldo doesn't usually press. So I think if you guys were to play Cavani, you've got more chance about attempting to have a small impact on our defense, because if Ronaldo starts, Matip's going to be stepping up, playing with a cigar. Just remember I said that. He's going to be playing with a cigar because Ronaldo would not be able to close him down. Threat-wise, I think from you guys, I don't think it's going to be a team performance. I think it's going to be an individual thing. You guys' threat is going to come through Rashford. That's the only player that I can actually see from you guys causing the threat on Sunday.
Mr. Monday, go on Monday, because you've been quiet. My Monday's just sitting there chilling.
I'm just waiting to cut people apart here. I'm hearing a load of talk, which I don't agree with. First question was, how do we deal with Salah? We just play compact like we knew to do. Mourinho's system still in our head. We know how to deal with him. A bit like when Ian Rush was top goal scorer. He struggled to score against us. I think he only scored one goal against us late on in his career against us. So we really try to nullify the threat of your top strikers all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Apart from Robbie Fowler, who done us bad. But anyway, going on to Salah, I think if we keep kind of compact, we get people tracking back to on Rashford's side as well, and just look after him and go to tighten up the space. I know we've seen pictures recently with 4 men around him in the box, and he still gets to score, but we're going to be on him. I know, and last season in the FA Cup when we beat you, slapped you up at Old Trafford in the FA Cup. Remember that in January? He scored early on. The ball went in between the centre back and Luke Shaw, and he ran on to score. So Salah's very direct, very one-dimensional. And going on to you guys as well, you play the same system over and over again. And I came on your show asking a few comments the other day. How do you beat Liverpool? Okay, and we saw this recently. We saw with Atletico Madrid. They were compact. They soaked you up. They hit you. They hurt you. So don't give it all this thing about smoking cigars, because don't play with matches. That's what my advice to you. Don't play with matches, because we've seen VVD
Ollie
and
ain't
matches.
Simeone on Monday. Ollie ain't Simeone.
He might not be Simeone. I'm the first one to say. I'm the first one to say Ollie might not have great tactics and everything else. But as we saw in the second half against Atalanta, when it comes to a big game at home, the fans are on our back and everything else. Forget about form. Don't even put your form table away, Gemma. We don't want to see that. This is about Man United. Put it away. Put it away. Tear it up. Put it away. Form doesn't matter. And if you want, when you're wondering about how we can hurt you, look at your high line. Oh, don't worry, we play high because Virgil and Matic could go man to man with anyone. Yeah, we got Rashford. Rashford will be looking at space in behind and looking to kill you. So
you know what's okay?
Hit you on the break. That's how I see our score.
What's so interesting?
Set pieces. One more thing. Set pieces as well. Watch out, because on set pieces, corners, we're going to be dangerous.
Well, but I heard the other day complaining that Ronaldo can score headers and no one ain't getting the ball in for him to header. I know you scored one on the weekend against Atalanta, but I did watch your show and heard you saying that. Stoney, what was you going to say?
I think on Monday made some valid points there. I think the only thing, the only thing highlighted that I think I disagree on in terms of that is, I think there's probably only 2 games that come to mind since Ole's been in charge at Manchester United where you guys have played against us, where I'd say you guys played well. The FA Cup game, and I think the first game that he was actually in charge when he played against us, you guys played a 3-4-1-2, and I think Pereira played in the ambush, and your 2 forwards were splitting us. That tactic there when Ole played that game and in the FA Cup game, to me, were the only games where I think tactically Ole was sound. One thing that you actually mentioned there on Monday was about an area where we were exposed defensively, and that was between Trent and whatever our centre-back would be. And it's likely to be Trent and Matic. I think that was an area that I know you've mentioned in the past. Let's see whether tactically Ole can actually capitalize on that. One other thing that you mentioned as well about us playing the same way over and over again. I know you would have tuned into our show yesterday because you made some exceptional comments yesterday, and it obviously made me think after the show as well, right? Key point, okay? If we are that predictable, bearing in mind we still have not lost a game since Real Madrid on the 7th of April 2021. So if we are that predictable, okay, how comes we haven't lost any games since then? We can't be that predictable.
Because you're well drilled in that same system. It's very hard to control that, and the teams are struggling to maintain and to hold up against you. That's why, because you're so well drilled, and that comes down to your top manager. You've got a top manager in Jurgen Klopp, and his philosophy is bang on. You know, probably the best
you know what
one
you've
out.
done. You've clearly answered the reason why Ole and Manchester United then will not beat us on Sunday. So thank you very much, sir. You've already answered it.
Stoney.
Because we're well drilled.
Stoney, the problem you've got there, as much as I know you're saying you're trying to twist Amande up, but I'm listening, I'm hearing things. I'm hearing it, and you're trying to twist them up. I've got you on
He
Monday,
didn't.
yeah? He didn't, but we got it. But the thing with it is, Stoney, you guys are going in this game on top form right now. You're going in this game with top form. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer under pressure shows up. Every game he goes under pressure. And like what they said, a wounded man is always a dangerous man. Yeah. And going into this game, honestly,
that boy ain't wounded.
He's wounded. He's a wounded man.
Wounded.
He's a
he
wounded
just won
man.
against Atalanta in the Champions League. He ain't wounded.
I mean,
He's buzzing. He's loving life right now. He's probably in a hot tub with some champagne with Ronaldo.
Have you guys ever played Atalanta? Have you guys ever played Atalanta?
Been a while.
What is this, Monday? Monday loves history. Monday loves
Not history. It's recent. Very recent.
So going into
2-0, by the way.
Going into game, because you guys are playing a high line, I honestly believe that's where, even if, again, I'm not sure who's going to start for us, but whether or not it's going to be Rashford, definitely on the left anyway. It could be Mason Greenwood. Don't overlook Mason Greenwood. Do not overlook him, because playing a high line, you're talking about players with pace. You overrun our midfield, definitely. You overrun our midfield. But if Ole set that block up, hopefully triple decker, six double decker bus or whatever, and just get you guys on a counter attack, it doesn't matter, because all you need to do is just give Mason Greenwood one chance, both footed, and he'll bury it.
I'll counter that, Solo, and I'll pass it to Nick. Did you watch the Atletico game?
Yeah.
Did you watch the Atletico game? Okay. Do you think Greenwood is more experienced, gifted, and talented than Antoine Griezmann?
No, but listen,
Decker was put in so many situations.
Please, don't throw shade. I can't.
Right.
Because if you're going to start throwing shade on Greenwood, you may as well just come off the screen now.
No. All I'm saying, he said all Greenwood needs is one chance, right? Just one chance. Okay. Have you met our goalkeeper? One-on-one, he can deal with these things.
Okay, sorry. So just a question. Would 4 of your goalies have saved a goal that Greenwood scored last weekend?
No, we just got Alisson. Alisson would have saved it.
No goalie was saving that.
We just got Alisson. Alisson would have saved it.
No goalie was saving. So you're talking like Alisson is the invisible.
How many times has Greenwood done that? How many times has Greenwood done that?
What, this season? This season, haven't you seen what he's been doing already this
season?
Season?
Like that, yeah. How many of your players?
He's been beating goalies.
Did you see Kate's goal? Very similar.
We're not talking about Kate. You spoke about Greenwood.
Because Errol did. I'm countering Errol, man. You're not listening. You're not listening. Stroke your beard and just chill out.
Listen, you were speaking to me about you were throwing shade on Greenwood.
Listen,
I'm not having it.
Said all Greenwood needs is one chance. One chance. All right, I'm gonna be watching him take his one chance. If he fluffs that one chance, what do I get?
That's your Solo's conversation.
I want some hard liquor for Mr. B. But one chance.
Oh, no, but you see, again, for us as a Man United fan here, I believe, and someone did put in a comment, I think your most dangerous player is going to be against us is going to be Mane, because I think not most of you, not saying you guys, but I think he's very underrated to a lot of Liverpool fans, and he's a very dangerous player.
He's not underrated.
Sorry. Can I just say, where I worry about Liverpool, I think Mane and Salah can be dealt with. You try it with Wan-Bissaka. He would stand up. He'd run with you all day. And all Mane is feints, and all this kind of thing. It doesn't go anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Lately, he's dropped off form. He's not going to go anywhere. Man to man, we can say, right, Wan-Bissaka, you deal with him. The only issue I've got is this guy who plays as a false 9, drags centre-backs out of position. That's my issue. Because then these guys can make that run. It's all about creating space as we do it. So I'm worried about Firmino. I'd want to get him early and give him one of these old school 1980s challenges early and take him out of the game, because I think he's going to be a really effective player, as he is for Liverpool. It's just people don't see the damage that he causes. Drops deep, touch, control, and create space. Defenders, do you go with him and let him turn and spin and pop it off, or do what do you do? Or do you stand off him? That's a really difficult decision to make. So I hope our defenders, centre backs, are on point dealing with Firmino, because I think he's the main threat for Liverpool.
Is there any news on Varane? What's the update on Varane? Does anybody know?
Still injured. He's going to be probably out for another 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, all right, fine.
So he's still out. So he's going to be a huge loss for us, to be honest.
And Mondays they're wishing injury on Bobby.
Yeah. But Amande's history. He's talking old school. Don't worry about Amande. Yeah, so he's going to be out. But we're still going into the game. There's a lot of concern about Man United and injury as well, because Bruno Fernandes, there's talk about Bruno Fernandes might not be fit for the game. Whether or not that's a mind game, again, I'm not sure. Also,
you think you play better without him being an option?
Yeah, we need him. We need him.
Good question.
We need him. I know you guys don't rate him as Liverpool fans.
It's not that I don't rate him. I just feel like sometimes Ollie needs certain options taken away from him to make the right decision.
Interesting. Good show. Good show.
Do you think he'd be more effective as an impact player or not, or a starter?
No, he has to start. He has to start. When you look at when you watch him play, he's a player that frustrates me. He does frustrate me really badly.
Sorry.
Straight to the point.
Rez. There was no warm up. There was no good evening, guys. It was just F Ollie.
Yes,
I don't think anybody on there disagrees. There we go. He's a Man U fan as well.
Straight to the point. I love that. I love your bluntness, brother. I'm sorry. I love you. Sorry to cut you off, Jemz.
That's all right.
Yeah, and guys, if you go to Rez's social medias, he's the one orchestrating this protest this weekend.
I think it was lots of views.
We got Rez. And also, we will be at the Man United game as well. The Man United agenda will be there as well. But let's go back to what we're saying now. So, Rashford as well, even as much as I'm praising Rashford, I think Rashford's going to be a Trojan and push himself through it. But he was carrying an ice patch as well on his
ice patch.
Ice patch?
Ice patch.
Ice patch. I think it's dangerous starting him.
But he'll give it his all. He's carrying the ice patch. So for Man United going into the game,
him in such a high impact, because it's not going to be a sit back and chill game, is it?
No, but you've got to start. Rashford has to start this game. He has to start, because looking at the history against Liverpool, he's got a great scoring record. Ronaldo, on the other hand, he hasn't had a really good scoring record against Liverpool. But
I'm not into this history stuff, though.
And that's the point.
Back to history, there's a different manager, there's different players. History is just bull. Even last season.
Exactly. It goes completely out the window.
You're not
current. Current now. It goes out the window because it's what's going to happen on
You've
Sunday.
You've got Sancho and Ronaldo now, remember?
Exactly.
You're a new team, so you can't go. You can't go on any path. Like, let's do it the here and now. You know what I mean? Where are you guys fucking up? Why do you look?
Thank you, Rebel. You know it.
And complaining, like, what is your issues? So you're asking us, like, where can we hurt you? But where are you going to hurt yourselves? Like, what are you worried about?
Don't. There's nothing.
We're not worried.
Those are conversations.
On Monday
we have.
What Man U hopes is that they
score more than we.
That's simple.
Yeah.
But
that's football. Isn't that what you do in football?
Right.
Let's
be honest. I am impressed. Like Liverpool, the few games this season, AC Milan,
take it back.
AC Milan, Man City, and the other day against Atletico Madrid. These are top draw teams they're playing against and winning. Bit dramatic, mind you. You are conceding goals, but it's the system that's getting you through these games. You know,
and so scoring as well.
Yeah, you're scoring, but you're conceding as well at the same time. But it's exciting games. You're trumping these teams.
Always.
Even Chelsea, you trumped them, but they went back and into their shell and seen that the game. But what I would say is this: it's down to it's the derby. It's down to personal thing. You can become a legend, a hero by winning the derby. You know, for Man United players, they're going to go out there. Ollie's not going to talk no tactics. Maybe just say, giving an inspirational team talk, you can become a legend for Man United by winning this game for us. You know, it's so important. Seriously, this is really important. And you might say, Ollie's on the cusp of getting sacked, but he's also on the cusp of being a ledge if we get a good result on the weekend. You know, so form goes out the window. You keep saying don't talk history. Well, then forget that. But let's talk about how we're going to beat Liverpool. It's down by passion. If TMUA was here, we'd say, what do you say? Youth, greatness, courage. Those three factors.
Isn't that the superhero in Deadpool? And he's got his special power, the little Asian guy. And he said, "What's your superpower?" And he's like, "Courage." Courage ain't stopping Mo Salah scoring. Come on now, you need skill and tactics. Right.
You know what?
You run around like chickens, but if you're not set up correctly and given the right direction. You saw what was happening in the first half for Atalanta. Your midfield was an absolute mess. It was wide open. So you can have passion, you can have pride and whatever, but you still need to have a game plan.
But
Yeah.
you're gonna say that, but
and a direction,
honestly,
and we know
I
our
believe-
direction, and it's quite often for teams to come to us. We have ours. We don't really look at who we're playing a lot of times. We have the same formation, the same game plan, and it's up to other teams to bring it to us. So you know how we're going to play. You know what our lineup's probably going to be. So it's
all right. So the same formation, same game plan. If that's the case, what happened to you last season? Don't blame the injuries. It's the same formation, same game plan. It's just the personnel weren't very good. Our personnel. This is what we're going back to. Our personnel is very good.
but you're asking.
It's not history. I'm talking about personnel. Our personnel. We got winners. We got World Cup winners. We got look at Ronaldo. Look at this Bruno. Look at Pogba. These guys can turn it around. You know. So you keep your formation, you keep your philosophy. That's great. We don't have one. We're just coming out there, going mano.
Like he did it on his one man alone.
And it's on.
One man alone, yeah. Pogba won the World Cup, right?
And Varane.
All right. So what? That's with the club. Look at Fred when he goes to his country.
That's with the country, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Look at Fred when he goes to his country and then he comes back here and you.
Anyway, I want to speak to Nick. I
want
to speak to Nick. Can you take off your studio headphones, please, so we can have a conversation? I don't know if you're doing your Luther Vandross or whatever you're doing behind that headphones, but let's just ask you a few questions, Nick, please. You're new. You're sort of newish to the Kop channel. You're doing a great job. I've been scouting you and thing. What I want, just summarize quickly. You seem quite confident. Just summarize me quickly. How and why are you going to beat Manchester United this weekend?
How? Well, first of all, with our front three. Salah.
Okay. Yep.
First of all, that's the fact. Then we're going to put you off in the midfield.
Okay. Suffocate us.
Yep. Very easy. Yeah, very easy to do. Just push around Fernando. Fernando's making cry. Might do.
Okay.
I do believe that emotion does have a huge part to play in this type of game. But, form will get us through.
Form. So it's form that's going to make you win this game. Okay. Fair play. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, quickly. What if you're doing a team talk, because Kop's going to be doing his team talk, pre-match thing, all for the next few days? What would he be saying the main threat to Liverpool is, and what do you have to watch out for?
Repeat the question, please.
Okay, you're gonna have pre-match meal, pre-match discussion about the threat of Man United. What do you think Klopp will be reinforcing into the side to watch out for with Manchester United?
I'm not sure if they need to watch out for anything because
he was saying, "No, don't worry."
Apart from Rashford and Ronaldo, I don't see any threat other than those two.
Sorry, I thought Stoney was saying Ronaldo's not going to press, won't be a problem, and Match is going to get a cigar. Okay, but fair enough. You want to have a little disagreement in the Kop Talk TV? That's fine by me.
I don't know about disagreement, but if Matches has a cigar, that's up to him. Ronaldo.
If there was a table down below, Stoney would be kicking you right now.
Who are you worried about? You ain't worried about Salah. Who are you worried about then on Monday? Let's pass it back to you.
I'll answer that. I want Mr. Bean to answer that because I've talked enough. I don't want to embarrass you guys anymore.
Mr. B's already answered. He said he ain't worried about nobody.
Yeah. Right, I've already said I'm worried about Firmino. I think if you cut out Firmino, he's one to create space to be too wide inside forwards.
Solo.
Yes.
Oi.
I'm always there.
Who are you worried about?
Me? I'm going to be open and honest. I worry about no one. I don't worry about Liverpool at all. I've been honest. I'm saying it as it is. I'm not worried about Liverpool one bit. I've been saying it.
I'm going to be the only honest one here. My only huge worry is those last 10 minutes when the tempo just hits high and it could be end to end and we're all going to be sat here and none of you lie. The last 10 minutes, if it's close and it's just up tempo and it's end to end, some last minute goals, either Ronaldo or Salah or Bobby, any of that, that's when the danger is going to be. The last 10 minutes.
Sorry, I'm listening to that Rebel. I'm just listening to the comment. Rebel's a funny fucker.
So for me, it's just holding it in those last 10 minutes where everyone is just like everything goes out the window sometimes. Your game plan goes, people's minds can go. People get tired. They start making stupid decisions. That's where I'm going to start feeling a bit of the fear. That's my worry, is the last 10 minutes.
And you're right with that as well, Gemma, because we played you. I'm not even going to talk about history. Let's just talk now. Going into the game, I don't know who I spoke to. It must have been Mr. B today I spoke to. And I said, I just hope it's 0-0 up until the 80th minute. And then we just go bang, 1-0, get that winning goal and just shut up shops. And that's it. Beat Liverpool 1-0. Amanda would love it.
Sorry. What is with this 0-0 after 80 minutes? I'm going to be honest, right? If Liverpool can get 2-man sent off in the first 4 minutes of the game, I will take that. You man's talking about 0-0 for the 80th minute. No way. I don't want that. I want big goals in the first half and big goals in the second half.
Manage the game. Manage what game? Who's gonna manage what?
This ain't the game for that.
Every week you're only cussing Ollie, and we're gonna manage a game, bruv. You know what he needs to do? Take the handbrake off them man there tomorrow and say, yo, just go out there and play.
You need to play like you played yesterday in the second half.
No, listen. For whatever reason, I don't know what's wrong with these players in their head. We don't start playing until you score. But guess what? Until a team scores, we can't give Liverpool the head start.
But
you can't give them an easy goal.
But Mr. B, right? I'm talking with my Man United hat on right here. We never turn up for the first half. We only play second half football. Bro, we never turn up first half. It's always second half we turn up. So the second half.
I think sorry.
This is a different game. This is kind of like form irrelevant a lot of times. It's passion. I feel like it's at, it's your home. Your fans will be instilling this vibe, this energy. I almost feel like it's separate from the Premier League. It's like, let's take it out. This is the Man U Liverpool Cup game. It's like a cup game to me. How it feels, the energy of it. And you saw what happened to us with Atletico. We were 2-0 up. We messed it up. You could annihilate us in a couple of bad errors, just straight through. Like, it can be done if we play too high, or you just catch us off guard or whatever. But I'm quite confident with Matip. He dealt with Lukaku very easily, and everyone was worried about Virgil and Lukaku. I'm quite confident with Matip.
Lukaku's been a bag of sherbet this season.
Since when? Since Matip, shame him.
Okay, so you're going to say Matip's the reason why he ain't scored no more goals.
Ready for this league again.
Listen, you're raving on about Lukaku like he's been some superhero. He ain't done.
I'm merely saying before he played us, he was the talk of the town, innit? Matip pocket.
And you know who the talk of the town is?
That town being Chelsea.
We
just to add, do you want to add? Due to our lack of formation and system, we're kind of a reactive team. So if you do go 1-0 up, we're going to react, and the crowd will react. Remember, you come to Old Trafford. It's not no Anfield anymore, You'll come to Old Trafford. We're on it. The fans will be on it, and we just want to see something heroic. That's what we've been seeing all season against West Ham, against Villarreal, last-minute goal. The other day again, last-minute goal. This is how we've been playing. It's all really exciting stuff at the moment. So I just think the main thing is Fred will dictate play. I doubt it. The main thing for us is we got to react to what you do. And if you're, and one thing I do think about Liverpool, they're so fast-paced. I always talk about the burnout, the gung-ho burnout. At some period, this is what happened against Atletico Madrid. They came into the game again. There's always an opportunity. Liverpool will always give you an opportunity, a window where they're not firing all cylinders. That's where Klopp comes off, and he's all animated on the side with his 6'4" self, giving it all the signs and the symbols. When he realizes you guys are dying of, need a second wind. So in those periods, there will be windows of opportunity for us to exploit you, but on your top level, you're very hard to contain. But as the game goes on, after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it's going to be easier for us to get a window where we can start exploiting you, and you might be a bit tired. So
have
it's hard to keep
yet
so long.
Also,
sorry,
guys,
have you had a clean sheet yet this season?
No,
you acting like you don't know. We've said that 3 times on the stream already, and then you're still bringing it up.
Okay,
yeah, man.
So, guys, what's the injury update on you guys? Any injury for you guys, or you guys are full health?
I'll let Nick go on that.
Thiago is still a couple of weeks out.
Injured again?
Again, yeah.
Again,
No, still
ongoing, brother. Still ongoing. It's like half issue. But we should have him back by the end, well, when the players come back from international duty. Kurt Jones, on the other hand, he's back. Well, he trained fully today, depending on how we play tomorrow. Sunday. And what Klopp wants to bring to Old Trafford. He might get a nod. I'd say 60, 70 minutes to go, depending on how the lay of the battlefield lies. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a high-scoring game. I want it to be a high-scoring game. But
I think it will be.
The only thing with it is, and I'm going to relate this to Stoney as well. I know Nick is saying it's a high-scoring game, but in these sort of games, it never is a high-scoring game, is it?
And that is the issue, brother. I know
it never is a high, because both managers, obviously, you want to go in, and I know Mr. B is saying you want gun ho and you want to literally smash a team, you want to do this, you want to do that. But
I just flash this up while you're talking.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
But what the thing with it is, it's about trying to out-tactic the other manager. Unfortunately, with Ole, it's only a second half inspiration team talk he will do that sort of get the guys a bit wound up to come out to play second half.
But can I just interrupt you there, Errol? Solo? So you're saying about not being a high scoring game. Look at your first game, 5-1, yeah? You beat Newcastle 4-1. We've beat Watford 5-0, 3-0, 3. I think there is going to be goals. I really think there is going to be goals. And I think even when the games you've won, well, it's been high scoring game. I think there is the chance that this could be, like a 5-4 thriller.
No, don't see it. Don't see it.
Well,
do not see it at all. Don't see it. I can't. The reason I'm saying it.
When was the last time we ever had a high scoring game?
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. The last time
Look, here we go.
There you go.
The last game, 4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that meant nothing to us. This means more to us.
Oh my!
That 4-2, we were already comfortable in the top 4. You guys needed to win that, and we've already been screwed over by the FA by playing 2 games in 3 days.
True, very true.
Not you complaining?
You asked. That's the results. They have been quite boring, haven't they? Really?
Yeah.
The last 2 games, enough goals.
I just honestly think it's going to be a low scoring game. It's going to be a very low score, and it's not going to be.
All right, let's go round then. We're going to wrap it up because I feel like we're all just going to go at it now. We're going to go round. I don't like doing predictions, but my prediction is it's going to be a high scoring game and we'll win. That's my.
Go on then, Jem. Just give it to us. Just knock it out of the ballpark.
No, I don't like doing it. Exactly.
Go on, no, you're on the show. We've got to do it. We do it every single, and then we come back.
This ain't your show. This is a joint show.
No. But after match, we'll meet up again and we'll talk about it. It is a joint show between FTB
I'm
Sports.
saying it's going to be a high scoring game. Both teams will get a fair few goals, and I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 4-3, 5-4, something like that. I think we will nick it though.
Nicholas. Let's go on, Nicholas. Let's get the Liverpool guys with it.
I'm probably similar to Jemz. I don't usually do predictions, but just because the nature of the show, 3-1 Liverpool win.
Go on, Stoney.
I feel that.
Come on, say it, Beard. But when you say it, you have to straight your beard for good luck. And say it like a villain.
3-1 United win. Cristiano Ronaldo.
3-1. Wow.
3-1 United.
Wow.
Cristiano Ronaldo 2, Rashford 1 with a Pogba double assist. Remember, you had it here first.
Right.
Yeah, it's on live.
I think he's had too much sugar in your cup of tea, mate.
3-1, 3-1. Wow. Okay. Ollie, fine.
One day we go with what you always do. Come on, do it.
Go on.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going for the 1-0 this time. I just think Liverpool are like they're very good side at the moment, and I have to give them respect. You know, jokes aside, you have to respect Liverpool. I think we're going to win 3-2. I think we're going to go 3-0 up, and then Liverpool will start giving us a heart attack towards the end of the game, start coming back into it. But I think we're going to need to surprise a few people. Like you said, Solo, on his job, there's under a lot of pressure. It's going to be a great atmosphere. We're going up to the game. There's going to be a protest as well. It's going to be a historic game for Manchester United under Ollie.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. B took my 3-1 score prediction away from me today.
You go for it. If you want to say 3-1, that's basically, you're all pretty much the same, because you're all saying you're going to win 3-1 or 3-2. So
no, not going to happen. 2-2 draw. Not going to happen. 2-2 draw. Not going to happen.
After you were saying on what? When was it? Wednesday? 4-0.
Listen,
he was high on Champions League, man. That was
You know what, yeah, Nicholas, yeah, you know what, yeah, I was trying to be a bit respectful. I was trying to be a bit respectful, yeah. I'm not now. I'm taking it back. Yeah, let me take it back. Let me show this off to the world, yeah. I'm going to smash you up. Ronaldo score brace. End of. That's it. Done. No. And VD will score the thingy. He'll score from a corner on the 80th minute or something like that, or 88th minute.
Our set pieces have been shit this season. Stoney, innit? Our set pieces have been pure shite.
Yeah, they haven't been that good. But
don't worry, you play Man United, so you will definitely score a set piece.
We can't even get past the first man in the corner. Flipping out, they've been absolute rubbish. I don't know who's doing on set piece training, but don't worry, you ain't conceding from a
it's
set
whoever
piece.
we had last season as our one.
Well, you conceded from one in Atlanta as well, innit? I don't know what Harry was watching, but he wasn't watching the man.
Can I just say something? Just to end up, for me, I'm finished now. But like, I just want to say I've been watching a lot of Kop Talk TV, and I've learned a lot about Liverpool, things I didn't really know before, how they play, things, because I don't get to watch Liverpool's every game. But if you want to know about Liverpool, tune in, because they go into real good detail. 3 top panelists there, they know their stuff. And I think Liverpool are top side, and the more I watch the show and learn about you, spying on you, obviously, for this game, so we can feed back to Ollie. But the more I learn about the show, how detailed you are, I just have to give you guys respect. It's a good time to be a Liverpool fan, and salute to your channel, and all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Obviously, we've learned from you guys. You've been out there for ages representing. I've watched and learned how to not be. And
it's like it's like a parent-child relationship, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's a 3 old men at the top.
Excuse me. Look at your team.
I'm sorry. Okay,
I need some young blood with me.
Let's be honest, right? I'm sure, just by guessing, if we added up, nobody needs to say their age. I'm sure that bottom line is older than the top one.
Don't even bother going.
Really?
Let's play your cards right.
Come on now.
Guys, listen, it's been fantastic. We are part of, obviously, whoever is watching don't really know what's going on here. The Money Agenda, Kop Talk, Paxton Road, we're all part of the FTB family. We all sort of come together, we all one. So we thought, why not put the Man United Agenda and also Kop Talk together tonight and stream it directly together. Also next week as well, guys, it's going to be the same thing with the Paxton Road boys as well. We will be doing the same thing because we are part of the same. So if you haven't subscribed yet to FTB Sport, please do so. Also, if you haven't subscribed and you like the content that these guys are hitting you down here from Kop Talk, hit the like and share and subscribe button as well for them guys, because we are part of the same.
And if you like the beard, follow the Satan beard, there's the big dread beard, and then there's the little moustache on the end.
Guys,
the 3 amigos, go follow them, the Manu Agenda.
Yes. Guys, remember, everyone who put that comment in today, really appreciate all the comments you put in. We're really sorry we run out of time.
I was just going to say, I'm really sorry, everyone, that we couldn't read through all your comments, but we will have a little look through after, but there was just too much.
Yeah. Also,
talk.
If you've been watching the show and like the content, go on to Kop Talk at the end of the show onto the YouTube channel and leave your comments below that. The guys on Kop Talk will get back to you as well in response to your comments. Also, the same thing for Man United Agenda as well. Leave your comments, guys, because we are invested in you as you are invested in us as well. So, Jem, you want to see the show out? All up to you to see the show out.
I would just want to say, whatever happens, this is my favorite game of the season. It always is. It's the best game. I love talking smack talk with these guys. That's what I live for. I was feeling so miserable and dead after work today, and now I just feel hype and lively again. I've got to go and calm myself down. So yeah, looking forward to the weekend. Lovely being on the show with all of you guys, and we are out, and we will see you over the weekend.
We will be at Old Trafford as well, guys. Remember, United Agenda will be at Old Trafford on Sunday. We will be there on Sunday.
They're organising
we are going to be doing stuff there. Yeah, we need it. Yeah. Salute.